thrown 20 punches around and landed 5, and I've got Holyfield winning every round. You, Al?
I would agree. There was one closer round, but
there's the open blow. It's a free shot for Evander.
And the interesting thing is that hook didn't move Valuev at all. Didn't even move him. It barely moved his head, and yet still it lands though.
And Evander does the right thing after that stuff. You know, he's inside now. He'll pin his head to Valuev's chest and force him to clinch.
A couple of jabs thrown by Valuev there, but you know, and that's as close as he's come to landing a really good jab in that sequence right there. But for the most part, that punch has been non-existent, and Holyfield's been able to counter him from time to time. The try at the uppercut by Valuev, and that was an important attempt on his part, but all it got him in return was a counter left hook.
And you know, Al, I was talking about Valuev being not just a hulking giant. He looks absolutely lumbering in this fight. You know, I hadn't taken one half step back to break a clinch maybe, and when Holyfield's in sight and inside, trying to shorten up and nail him. He's just following him around totally ineffectively, not making the fight at all.
The things that we've seen from time to time from Valuev in other fights that make him a little bit more of a ring technician, of course, are absolutely absent here tonight.
Wow, the crowd is all Evander.
One of the problems, even early on, one of the problems with Valuev's lack of activity is, and this might be going way, way, way beyond where any analyst should go in round 4, but I'll do it anyway, around 5. What he's doing is devaluing the little bit that Holyfield's doing, because he's being so inactive that if Holyfield went on to win a decision just like this over the course of 12 rounds,
boy.
Valuev would devalue it to the point where people wouldn't be able to give a 46-year-old credit for the win.
That's a wonderful observation, Al. I agree with you. It would be to the point, like, who wants to see this guy? He really didn't win.
And that's a big issue, because this, you know, let's face it, this is an entrepreneurial sport, all about, do you want to see somebody fight? And now, of course, Holyfield can fix that himself by being more active. And
he's trying to come to the champion.
And he's got 7 rounds to do that, so he can fix that problem if he is real active and starts throwing great combinations.
Well, Al, it looks like, look, through 5, if Holyfield wins this round, Valuev is also setting himself up to where he's going to have to knock Holyfield out.
Hook lands by Holyfield. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, if you're down in the hole 50 to 45, you're gonna need to sweep the rest of the fight or knock him out.
Now, one of the small dangers here is Holyfield's becoming, as we go on, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more bold in the chances he's taking. His danger is walking into one of those uppercuts or one of those straight right hands at some point when he does that. But he's still pretty measured, Holyfield, in terms of his attack, but still doing more than Valuev.
It's the only thing I could see in terms of a fight plan for the champion, that he's trying to sucker this guy into walking into an uppercut. It's the only thing rationale I could see for Valuev's lack of activity. Makes no sense. And with that flurry before, Holyfield may have won this round as well and been up 50 to 45, setting up the point of almost diminishing return for this man, the champion. Where if he doesn't win the next 7 rounds, would escape with a draw if he won 6 of them. If not, he'd have to knock out this man.
Excellent work,
who hasn't been stopped.
Great work.
James
Just stay just like you work. Hey, look, if you want to go stationary, now's the time to do it. But look, you got to counter though. You just can't catch now. You got to throw something back, all right?
More. He's getting a little bit anxious, man.
But look, if you're going to go stationary now, if you got to throw something, and then you got to step. Don't stand there, okay?
Take some deep breaths, Owen. Exhale hard.
But you're working great just like you're working, boss.
Mouthpiece.
6th round coming up.
That was the 5th round. I got
Brilliant
you this
corner
game,
work by Tommy Brooks. Brilliant corner work, because he's telling Holyfield now, as you heard, if you want to set down on those punches, do it, but please, you must step if you're going to do it. You can't just stay in his wheelhouse and accept the punch. They're acknowledging that he could do more. But I love the caution that Tommy Brooks threw his way.
Let's see if Evander does do that. I mean, they don't want him to work or he doesn't want to move as much. Who knows? He's been effective enough because of Valuev's lack of not only effectiveness, but any action. Now inside as he wraps the champion with shots to the body. Valuev never win a bodybuilding contest, but he looks soft, and Holyfield is ripped as usual, but outweighed by nearly 100 pounds. You know, Valuev once outweighed a guy by 159 pounds, Al.
Wow. You know, you get the impression that their intention, Tommy Brooks and the Holyfield camp, was to at some point be a little bit more stationary and then be more aggressive. They felt maybe taking this to a certain point in this fight, and they're already telling him, look, you can start doing that a little bit here in round 6, but Holyfield not feeling comfortable enough to do it, so he's continued the movement.
But Al, for Holyfield to be in the luxurious spot, not having to go to plan B, but saying, hey, if I want to go to plan B, then I'll go inside, work inside, and negate Valuev's size, and here he's doing it. Valuev's like he's sleepwalking.
Nikolai, and you know what, I've been at this for many, many years, and I think my reputation is one of being a pretty fair-minded and not painting pictures black and white. Nikolai Valuev's performance in this fight is one of the worst I've ever seen.
It's head-scratching.
He's one of the worst I've ever seen in any division by any fighter.
Yeah, how can this man be a champion?
It's atrocious. And, you know, give Evander Holyfield credit. He's fighting a smart fight. He's doing just enough what he needs to do to win these rounds. But this is a dreadful performance by Valuev, and he'll have to, he might score a one-punch knockout. He might turn it around in these last second half of this fight, but right now, it's dreadful.
It's like Valuev doesn't want to fight. He doesn't know how to fight.
And we saw in those clips against boxers. Now there he puts together a nice combination, Valuev. He missed, but that's just what he should be doing.
Let his hands go.
It's not as if he has never fought well.
Holyfield now catches a jab.
Now Valuev's starting to get a little bit of rhythm to what he does, at least.
I don't know, you know, you could try to figure out a guy's moves, but I don't think Holyfield has given you such ridiculously tough looks.
Yeah, there's lateral movement, but it's not absurdly quick lateral movement.
Now see, it's like, hey, referee, save me. Not like I want to tear this guy's head off.
Luis Pavon of Puerto Rico jumping in.
Crowd sort of echoing the inaction that I'm sure you're feeling and seeing as we are. Come on, this guy doesn't need a demonstration. He needs a bullwhip, Al.
Well, you can hear the urgency in his corner as they try to get him to do a little bit more of this, at least throw punches. Nice short right hand, takes a left hook in response, and a couple of left hooks in response. And there's the jab of Valuev, which we have seen so little of, and
how can you really give Valuev a round, Al, or
no,
can you?
You might make the last round
maybe
even.
5-1.
Yeah, you might make it 5-1 or the last round even, but that's about as far as you can go.
Al, you know, Holyfield does, as you really nailed it, Al. Even in winning this fight, he's looked so mediocre. He's looked almost just moving in the way he did, trying to get around the jab and just caving in and falling on Valuev's chest, knowing